Check this out. 2004, I recorded a song called Neighborhood Fly Niggas with Chris Starr, featuring my homie Kane from PTR in Atlanta. I recorded that song because it was part of my essence. It's who I've always been. And not necessarily all to my credit, like my mother. She taught me about style when I was really young. She taught me how to care about myself, how to, dress up, don't be a slouch. She used to say that, don't be a slouch. And we didn't have money like that, but she knew how to make something out of nothing. She knew how to dress me fly with a little bit of money. So I remember third grade, I had to spend half of the year in Thomasville, Alabama. And by these names that I'm going to mention, these people who are from there know I'm not telling you some crazy made up story. So third grade, I'm there for half a year before we go to Germany. And in class, there's a guy named Fernando. He was a year or two older than me because he had failed. Um, Kind of brown skinned dude, curly hair, real tall, cool as a fan. We ended up sitting by each other in class. So his name was Fernando, my name was Antonio. I was like, damn, that's crazy because my little brother's name was Fernando. So we became, cool, we became friends. His cousin, Shalitha Dickinson, was in our class. And I wasn't really shy, I was a little bashful. But I remember she approached me and said I was gonna be a boyfriend or something like that. We were in third grade. I didn't even know how to say yes or no. I just went with it. But what made me stand out in class was my mother dressed me fly way back then. Like third grade, I was the only dude in class with the Panama Jack shirts that matched the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like 4 or 5 different shirts with the belt to match. Some of them I had the hat to match too. I was Panama jacked out. That carried on with me as I grew. You know what I'm saying? I always cared about my appearance. Not going out trying to do extra shit to be flashy or show, but show off. But I always cared about my appearance. Stay neat, stay creased, stay fresh, keep your stuff ironed, don't go outside wrinkled. But what she was really teaching me essentially wasn't about being fly. She was teaching me the way that she shopped. She was teaching me that it wasn't about the amount of money that you spent. You make the clothes look good. My mother would go and she would like go out. I remember one year I was in like the eighth grade, seventh or eighth grade. My brother's dad was a cheapo when it came to clothes. Every year he had the same routine. I'm gonna get y'all 3 shirts and 2 pair of pants, and I'm gonna buy you some more clothes later on in the year. Later on in the year never came. He never bought more clothes. But we always had clothes from the year before. So it wasn't like we were doing that. Nobody ever knew that, we didn't get a bunch of new clothes for school because we had clothes from the year before that we still took care of because we were taught to do that. So I remember my mother, I was a little upset because we couldn't get, I wanted some dark gray ashen wash jeans and Levi's. And he was telling me they were too expensive. My mother went around town in Hinesville, Georgia, that I just saw recently was voted the most boring town to live in. She went through Hinesville, Georgia, and she found me some of those Levi's at a Family Dollar for like half the price that it would have been regularly. And she ended up getting me 2 or 3 pair of jeans out of that day. And she always stressed that to me. You make the clothes don't make you. And that's important because what that's essentially doing is building your confidence. That's what you have to do for your kids. Build their confidence. Let them know it doesn't matter if you can't have what the neighbor's kids have. You can't put the shoes on that the neighbor's kids have. I can't get you the $200 Jordans and you're 12 years old. Because what the fuck for anyway? When I was 12 and I wanted expensive shoes, I went out to try to cut grass, take trash out, ask the neighbors, can I walk their dog? Because I knew I wasn't about to go ask them to buy me no $200 shoes. Kids, they don't really think like that. But more of the story is, it's not about what you put on. It's not about how much money you spent. It's not about this name brand designer shit. It's about you and the confidence that you display when you step out the door and hit the city. Feel me? That's what it's really about. You control that. rocking a white t-shirt, pair of Levi's, and some shoes. Make sure your shoes is clean. Make sure your t-shirt is ironed. Stay fresh. Be a neighborhood fly nigga, man. Love yourself. Feel me? Salute. I'm out.